What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 27 different altcoins today. I've been gone for a day, so the requests have stacked up a little bit, but we're going to get into it now. I'm not going to go over too much more than that, other than I had family stuff I had to take care of. Everything's fine. Everyone's good. I just had to be there. That's all. So I couldn't be here. And without any more of that, let's get into this. So this is the list in the order that we're doing it, all right? We are going to start off, actually, not with Bitcoin Cash. We're going to start off with Uniswap and move on to Blue from there, because it's J-Boy Smith's birthday, so he's taking priority. Happy birthday to J-Boy Smith, everybody. Leave it in the comments. Say happy birthday, J-Boy. Uni and Blue, and then he requested Compound, but I'm going to do a separate video for Compound. Normally I would do separate videos for all of these, like bigger cap coins versus like the small cap coins, but I've got more requests on crypto and stocks than I ever have before, so I'm just going to group it all together and blaze through it, with a special exception for Compound, because I think, it's doing different things. Uniswap's doing different things too, though. Let's go over the list right now. We're going to get into it. Okay, so obviously Uniswap and Blue for J-Boy, Bitcoin Cash for Stock Trader, Solana for Danny B. We're going to talk about XDC for Benji III, ARB and TBT for Silos. And we're going to do ARB on Solana. I've got that pulled up already. I made sure I got the right one there, Silos. At least I think it is. Pandora for MIDI. We're going to talk about Jasmy for Harold Goodwin. CKB for Risk Taker. Track and AMP and AIOZ for Purple. Quant for Joshua Sanker. HBAR and Zeta for MarBV. Sushi, Trump, Tucker, and D-Card for Bryant James. Render for Steve Letterman. GTC for Jeff CBN. Moros and Mubi and CGPT for I Am a Royster. XCN for User A, finishing it all up with Velo and SHX for Helen C. I will try my best to leave timestamps, but time is of the essence, guys, and I've got more stuff I have to do actually after this. It's been a hectic day, man. It's been a hectic week, so I've got real life stuff. If I don't post timestamps, don't hate me, okay? I know I need timestamps, but I'm probably not going to get to it tonight. I will try, but that's a lot to go over, and I've got other stuff to do. So anyways, without any further ado, that's the order that I'm doing it in. So if there aren't timestamps, try to guess where in the video it is based on that. But without any more, I don't know, of that, let's get started. All right. So looking at Uni here, very nice on the RSI. I really do like that. Nice accumulation phase, volumes building, good breakout move for sure. You're up 39% this week. This is beautiful. $10.66. Yes, I'm sure this will continue to grow. I doubt it stops here. I very much do doubt it stops here. Yes, that's a decent sized wick to the upside, but I doubt it stops here, man. Top to bottom, you're at your 0.5. You might come back and find support around $9, a little bit below $9 even. That's totally fine. And then continue upwards, I would say, to $16.50 to $20.55. And then beyond that, I think Uniswap absolutely can and will see new all-time highs at about anywhere from 91 to 225, somewhere in that range. Decent gains for an exchange token, But yeah, right now I think things look good. Yeah. Probably comes back to the 382. If it goes below the 382, it's not all over, but I doubt it does. If it does, it's going to be by a little bit, but all in all, I think you're moving up to that 61869, maybe even higher than that, but this is not, in my opinion, that's not the high. Pretty bearish candle, sure, but I don't think that's the high, man. I think you have higher to go. Yeah, so that's Uniswap. Let's move on to Blue. Get these two birthday requests out of the way for Mr. J-Boy Smith. Again, happy birthday. He said he's turning 21. He's going to Mexico to party it up down there. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how old he is. I wouldn't divulge that information online either. That's just, that's up to him if he wants to. But I don't divulge how old I am. Everybody in the chat, guess how old I am. And if you guess it right, I'm going to tell you no. But if you guess it wrong, I'm going to tell you no. I might not respond. I mean, maybe I'll respond to those. I don't know. But you can guess how old I am in the comments if you want. Let's see here. Bottom to top. Looking at, and guess how old J-Boy Smith is. I'm going to guess J-Boy Smith. You got J-Boy in it. I'm going to guess you're between 24 and 27. Let's go. I'm feeling 24. You're 24 now. Happy birthday, you 24-year-old. All right, Blue Zell, bottom to top here. Generally looking at a chart like this, I would think you'd go to your 382, but being that this is Blue Zell, you just might not do that. This weekly RSI does look a little bit bearish. It looks top heavy, I should say. It looks really strong is really what it looks like. Maintaining prices, I know there's bearish divergence, but man, maintaining readings like this in these high levels for consecutive week after week after week, like months literally, that's a testament of strength, not weakness. So yes, it does look a little top heavy, but absolutely not weak. But with that, I kind of would think you'd come back to this 382. But because it's Blue Zell, it might just be so resilient. It's just been, every time it's supposed to go down, it doesn't do it, man. It just keeps going up. So don't hold your breath on that. Though we will have a red week here where it will present this bearish divergence. But that's really, truly only between here and here. I mean, we've kind of already fulfilled that divergence. We might go a little bit lower, but I doubt we see this 382. But that is a measured target. Personally, disregarding TA to a certain degree, I would say that we don't go lower than 33 cents. I think it's going to find support there. And I hope I'm wrong, because if it does go down to that 382 at 18 cents, I definitely will be buying more. But something tells me this thing has other plans, man. 34 cents. It might not even go below 34 cents, honestly. But I do think it goes a little bit lower from here, so don't be scared. Yeah, it's very resilient. That's all I can say. I think great things are in store for Blue Zell, but that's really all I have to say. If I'm wrong on it, it drops a lot heavier, right? But if I'm right, it's going to drop a few cents and then pump higher. Take its time to pump higher. It's not going to be immediate. I mean, maybe it is, but probably not. This thing's just slowly climbing upwards over time. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin Cash now. Nope, that's not the right one. There we go. 268.45 cents. Looking all right, kind of boring, same thing that's been. We're at the upper limits of this area. What I will say is it kind of looks like, let's see here, kind of looks like we're finding support on this area here, that we found a little support, then gave way eventually, and then here we just fake out, broke out there. But we're finding support on it now and looking like we're moving up. That's a nice looking daily RSI bouncing off that 50 there. You guys, Bitcoin Cash might be getting ready to break out too, and it makes sense, man. There are a lot of like good looking cryptos right now that are about to break out, that are breaking out. They take their turns, man, and Bitcoin Cash has been consolidating longer than most that have already broken out, right? Like this thing broke out a while ago, consolidating. It's ready to move up. Look at this week, man. Look at that week right there. I can't believe I missed that. Look at that right there is kind of a sign in itself. Highest bullish closing week that we've had by a long shot. That is a nice candle. Not a lot of volume, but it would kind of make sense that we're coming to an end of this consolidation phase with a move like that. Obviously, we'll be breaking out once we close above this high here. You can see the wicks are significant there. The weekly closing high is significant there. So closing above $300, really technically $299.12, but I'd say closing above $300 on a weekly basis, not on an hourly, not on a minute basis, on a weekly basis, very key structure to break. If we do that, you guys, it's on. We're at 268 right now. All the patient Dragon Riders out there, shout out to the Dragon Riders, man, in the House of the Dragon. We're going to see $400. We're going to see $500. We might even see further than that, okay? Mind you, something like this, we really could. It's not uncommon to see, and it wouldn't be crazy if it took longer time. It probably won't take 2 or 3 weeks to get there, but when we break out, from wherever the point of breakout, which I guess would be right here at the 886. Man, it's at the 886 too. That's beautiful. Like that's the measure move, more or less. And if it's not from the point of breakout, let's put a line there. So, I mean, we don't even need a line there. It's the 2618, all the way at $1,000. We could be moving up there. And again, maybe not in 3 weeks like this move took, right? From the low, 1, 2, 3 weeks to the high. Maybe it takes 6 weeks. Maybe it takes 6 months, you know. But odds are we're going to be more or less moving up there in a pretty straight line. Bitcoin Cash likes to be volatile, so don't be scared away by that. But if it's not from the breakout point, maybe it's from the low point, which is another method to do it. And still, that would take us all the way up to like around $600. And we can absolutely surpass this measure move as well as fall short of it. The minimum expectations that I have, nonetheless, are $400 to $500, somewhere in that range, with absolutely the possibility of seeing deeper retracement or extensions on the horizon. If we go to the all-time high here, not the all-time high, sorry, the last cycle high to the current cycle's low. Your 61869 is hitting this. Your 618 is hitting the 1618. The 69 is just above that 1886. 786 deep retracement all the way up here at the 272, and your 88. Like, you know, I don't really expect this. Yes, there's a measured move there, but the expected range, I stand by it, is more like $400 to $500. $600 is even a possibility, but all of those prices are coming soon, very soon, potentially before the halving. I say soon. It could be 2 months. It could be, you know, it could be 3 months. I think it's going to be sooner than that. I would think potentially within a month. It could be 2 weeks, man. We might be starting it right now, but things do look good. So all in all, I think Bitcoin Cash is moving up. Those prices that I've been calling for a little while now, down here, anywhere from like 160 to 190 to 210, those have been relinquished for about a week or two now. So yeah, I hope everybody's got the memo on that. And anyways, that's Bitcoin Cash, man. Looking good, looking really good. Looking like it's ready to continue onwards and upwards. Let's talk about Solana now. Normally I would do different videos for these two, but we're starting with them, so it's all good. Because they're bigger caps. A funny story about this bottle. So we don't drink the tap water. I buy bottled water, right? Spring water. I like spring water, man. I buy RO water as well. I keep that in glass jars, but I only use that for cooking. It's cheaper. I'm getting off on a whole different tangent here, guys. I don't drink the tap water. Okay, I don't trust it. Call me crazy, call me what you will, but I swear, man, it's better. It's definitely better to not drink the tap water. Anyways, ran out of the spring water. I'm not drinking tap water, but what I do have is this nice little bottle of sangria. So yes, I know alcohol dehydrates you, but it definitely quenches the thirst. And man, this stuff is pretty damn good, if I must say so myself. Plus, it's a fun-looking bottle, but I'm almost out of it, so I got to be conservative. But anyways, and no, I did not just pop the bottle today. It was about halfway finished before I started on it now. But anyways, man, I'm thirsty. That's why I'm drinking it. I swear. I swear. Solana. That's why we're here, man. Solana. 786 rejection, 69 support, sure, nice, not a bad look. Weekly bearish divergence, looking like you're confirming it with this weekly bearish engulfing candle as well. Volume's dying off. If volume comes back in, I mean, you still run the potential of breaking out to the upside. You absolutely do. You still technically have a higher low, like in this little, like, I mean, I guess since this technically, but I don't know. It's not the worst looking thing ever, but I would think you come lower. I would think that you do go to about $68, $70, if not lower. You could go all the way down to $45, but we'll see. That is a pretty top-heavy looking weekly RSI, but that can change. It can definitely be wrong. You know, it can be a incorrect kind of display of divergence, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. I'm assuming based off the weekly and the daily, yeah, I would think that you do want to move lower. $68 is what I'm thinking, if not lower than that. XDC, man. Let's see, on KuCoin. Going down, huh? I thought you were trying to go up, XDC. You were one of the few coins I was calling for going up, man. Looks like I was wrong about this. I feel like I want to say in my last videos that I was calling for it to go up. If not, then I just forget, but it would make sense to go to the 618. It would make sense to go there, go down there, and then come back up. You're so close. You broke below the 0.5. You tried to get above it, and you just simply couldn't. You're probably going to go to your 61869 area, down at around 3.23 cents to 3.62 cents. Once you find support there, as you have before, you'll see glorious upside. It might not be as glorious as this was over here, but it'll still be glorious. It'll still continue to move upwards. I would believe that you hold this higher low structure, even though it's not going to be like a straight line. Who cares? I think you will hold that. So even more fuel to the idea that 61869 area at 3.2 to 3.6 cents holds. I doubt you bounce right off the 618. I bet you do go somewhere in between. So if I was looking to buy this personally, I would probably buy at the 618 because I do think you're going to go below it. So watch you find support like right at this weekly high, right at 3.462 cents. I don't know. anyways, that's XTC down, and then we can talk about up. I bet it does have a nice move up afterwards, but it probably moves down. It could happen in a week. It could happen in 3 weeks. It could happen in 3 months. Like, who knows how long it's going to take, but I do think it's going to take nonetheless. ARB, we've already got it pulled up here for Mr. Celos. I've been doing the wrong one, guys. So, anyways, let's see here. Looking at the daily, dropped a nice 45% the other day. You're up. You know, there's not a whole lot of historical data to go off of on this, right? It's not the easiest thing to do. It doesn't look like it's got a lot of liquidity, not a lot of volume at all. I would stay away from this thing, man. Watch it do really well. Watch it do absolutely phenomenal, but I don't, it doesn't interest me. Yeah, I mean, who knows? You might be doing a Bart kind of pattern right here. Shout out to Bartman. I am Bartman. I can just imagine he does that to himself, right? I am Bartman. I don't have a good Batman voice, man, but look at me try. Yeah, probably boring for another like few days, a couple weeks, who knows, man. Looks like you like to move up and down. I can't really do TA on something like this, unfortunately. I think it's going to be boring, and then maybe you come up, maybe it's a lower high, and then you come back down. Not a lot of liquidity. It doesn't interest me at all. I would stay away from this. If I was looking to put significant amount of money in anything, it would not be this. Insignificant amounts of money, sure, but I don't know about this thing, man. It's too new to really have a decision. I don't know anything about the fundamentals. I'm just a chart guy. The chart is not telling me enough. I would think you come up, but do you break these highs? I'm not so certain of that. That's my opinion right now. Sorry if that doesn't help out too much, but that is my opinion. TBT, USD, Trade Bull. Never heard of it. Also a very new token. Might be finding a base. You could have one more flush out to the downside before going up. It is possible. Yeah, you are closed below your 618 here on the second pass, finding resistance. 786 support. You could go as low as like 2.65 cents, somewhere around there. You might go lower to the 1272, the 1618, all the way down at 0.6 cents to 1.24 cents. It is possible. And I'm kind of in favor of that idea. But you have dropped off so much already in such a short amount of time. It wouldn't be crazy if you pulled back, but I mean, that might have been your pullback there, man. What is this? Let's see. Bottom to top, 600%. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty decent pullback. Top to bottom. 61869 hit. Yeah, man. I very much do believe you're going to see these, actually. I want to change my hope for this being the lowest that you see to actually 1272 to the 1618, I think is where it's going. If I was looking to put money in this, I would wait. I'd be patient. It's probably not going to happen tomorrow, but over the coming weeks, coming months, down there is where it might be a good area to buy. Pandora for Mr. Mitty or Mrs. Mitty. I don't know. I don't know, but I knew a girl named Mitty once upon a time. So it could be a girl's name. Let's see. That looks like the right one. I think I see this on Dex Screener. It's like one of the top traded ones or whatever. Yeah, look at that. Interesting. Interesting chart. One could argue that this is a distribution phase up here, right? It could be. It might be just consolidation, and then you move up higher. It's really hard to say. Not a lot of historical data to go off of. I mean, if you look at it like this on a daily perspective, it almost looks like a flag. I can't draw fibs really from anything. If I really had to guess, like really, I think you go a little bit lower, but just a little bit, to about $16,600. Down there, and then up. That's my thoughts. I do think you continue upwards. I think you'll see $44,300, $64,900. As crazy as that is, I do think you'll see that. I don't know anything about the fundamentals of this. I'm not advocating for this coin. It is some random altcoin that just came out, this year, in literally this month of February. So don't put all your eggs in one basket on this thing. But I do think it wants to go up higher. It's worth $18,400 now. And it might be worth more than Bitcoin pretty soon. It'll reach 60,000 before Bitcoin does at the rate that it's going, but we'll see. I want to make sure, sound check, yeah, everything looks good, all right. That's Pandora. And again, I'm not trying, for the ones that don't have a lot of historical data, it's not like, I don't like this chart. I'm not going to chart it. Like, I literally can't. There's not a lot of historical data to go off of. So it diminishes my capabilities and understand, like, being able to predict, at least. I could do really short-term time frames, but those can change really fast. Short-term analysis is good for the day, though. Right, by the time you watch this, maybe the moves happen, maybe they haven't happened, maybe something new changes. Like, it's to me, it's not worth doing it. Short-term analysis is, I don't know, maybe except for tendencies, like learning tendencies in a chart, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just do a general technical analysis. So it's not that I'm skimming over them. I mean, I technically am skimming over them, but that's because there's not a lot of data to go off of. If there was more, I would go deeper into it. So I hope nobody thinks that. We're talking about Jasmy now. Jazz my coin. Looking good, looking really good, yeah. I've been pretty confident that this thing would go up for a little while now. Even here, I was like, this is not the top. And I've been saying too, like, right, is it a good time to buy here? Probably not. I even said it here. Probably not. See, the reason why, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. The reason why I think that it's not a good area to buy down here, but it's a phenomenal area to buy here, even though this is at a lower price, this is at a higher price, is because here you don't have a pullback yet. You don't know how much higher you could go, right? You don't know how much lower you could go. So if you buy here and it drops 50% on you, you're stuck. If it goes up, cool, whatever. Are you going to sell it? Are you going to wait till it comes all the way back down? Like, for me, it's a lot less of a stress to wait for some kind of significant pullback, which I think we had there. You see a 16% down day. I mean, from the top, you dropped over 30%. I think that's a good time to start DCAing in, and then maybe you do buy higher, but you can buy a lot more confidently, knowing and believing that my God, I can't talk. It inevitably will go up. This is the first week that we've broken this kind of accumulation phase that we have, right? It's the very first week. So is it going to end here? Probably not. You can go back in time and look, and yes, this is 1 week here, and it ended on that week. Different circumstances, totally different circumstances, guys. Bear market, lower highs, higher high, most volume you've ever seen, strongest readings on the RSI you've ever seen. Different circumstances. Absolutely. This is going to go higher. I'm very, very confident on that. Can it go lower first? Could it go lower even than this current low here? Absolutely it could. Will it still go higher? Inevitably, yes. And will that happen in a short amount of time over the month or two to come? Probably yes. Over the weeks to come. If we got a red week next week, it's not crazy, but not before long we're going to continue. And I kind of would just expect more or less immediate continuation. But we'll see. As far as Jasmy goes, I'm under the interpretation that that was your low and that you are going to go higher. That's my genuine opinion as of right now, which is crazy because you didn't even hit your 382, which is not common. It's very uncommon to do, but I never really call for that, but I'm calling for it here with that bullish engulfing candle with pretty substantial volume. No, it's not as big a volume as this stuff is over here, but it's pretty damn significant considering everything else that you've ever seen in this thing's history, right? That's a pretty significant day. So bullish engulfing candle at the top. I like it. Yes, today's off to a decent start, but coming back down a little bit. Let's look at the 4 hour. Kind of a bearish look. It's really good sangria, man. It really is. It tastes like flowers, but in a good way. I don't know. The 4-hour has me a little bit concerned. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if you move lower, but if you move lower, there's still the possibility that you hold the 382 area. You could hold the 61869 area like you kind of are now. It's hard to say, but that's not a good look on your RSI. Volume dying off. You're not building highs though, so it's all okay. You don't have bearish divergence because it's not a higher high. So I don't know. I'm going to stick with it. I think it wants to move up rather immediately. We'll see you at 2.1 cents, 2.4 cents, all the way up at nearly 4 cents or higher very, very soon. Let's look at this thing on a weekly again. Zoom out. Zoom way, way out. You are very hot on the weekly at a 91. Definitely not an ideal area to buy in my opinion, because you never know how far this thing could pull back, right? But from all-time highs to the all-time lows, you're at your 382, also a general area that you would pull back as well. And again, man, this is why it's probably not the best time to buy here. Is it a good time to sell? Maybe, maybe not. This is the first week. I think that it has more to go. So if I was in this thing, I personally wouldn't sell. But I do think finding resistance here, coming back to find support at the 236, and then going upwards is not a crazy thing at all. It's very common. In fact, that would line up very well with this previous area of resistance and a previous area of support. I keep going back and forth on it, man, but I'm kind of under the impression that that is a pretty strong possibility, especially being that you're at the 382 here. But you could also continue upwards and then come back and find support on the 382 and then build. So daily looks good, weekly looks good, 4-hour has me a little concerned, and this overall structure would make sense to pull back a little bit, back down to about 0.008 cents, which would be about a 50% drop from here. And if it sees that, that's healthy. It's not a bad thing. It's just a better opportunity to buy. But it's hard to say. It is really hard to say. I want to say, because of this day, that I think it's going higher. If you want to prove me wrong on that, you want to change this from a bullish look to a bearish look, close below this day here. If we close below that day, then prices at a little bit less than half the price of this current price are what's coming next. I very much would believe that. So that's enough on Jasmy. It's a lot to go over. But hey, whatever. CKB USD. We'll do it on Binance, sure. Looking good. Looking like you want more. Yep. Looking like you want more. Look at that, man. Accumulation broke out first week after the breakout, right? And you pulled back a little bit, but you're just kind of moving sideways, whatever. You're probably going to move higher. Probably, right? You didn't find resistance here. You didn't find resistance at this previous area of support. No, you actually tipped it back for support. You literally tipped it for support. So I think you're going to go to the midway point, if not the high points of this range. Something like that is very much on the table, if not something like that. Maybe we could do it to this low close here. Yeah, that to me looks a little cleaner. Around 2 cents to 3.6 cents, man. You're going to go there very soon. It could be next week. It could be the week after, but very soon. You just broke out. I think this momentum is going to carry you up there. Top to bottom here based on the fibs. Somewhere in between this range, man. I'm pretty confident in that, really. 2272 at 2.6. Yeah. Somewhere in between this little range here. That's what I'm thinking. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, daily looks good. 4-hour looks good. Weekly it all looks good, man. Would I buy here? Again, no. It's at a 93 on the weekly RSI. You never know when this thing could pull back. It really could. All the way back to its breakout point, which would be at 0.007 cents, essentially. $0.007, actually, not cents. And that would look healthy. That wouldn't be a bad thing at all, but it might not, and probably it just continues to grow. That's my genuine opinion, but that's enough of CKB. Let's talk about track. It must be one of these, unless it's a stock. Some of you guys requested stocks. Is it a stock? It must be a stock. Okay. You guys, you got to be better about that, right? Track, unless purple, if this is a crypto, it's just not available. But if it was a stock, You got to specify, because you requested it along with 2 other cryptos. So I'm just going to assume it's a crypto. So it's not 27 cryptos, guys. It's 26 cryptos that we're talking about, unless we find more like that. I believe. Let me just look here real quick. Requests. Let's see here. Purple. Track, yeah. You know what? We're going to replace track actually with sys. We're going to replace it with that, because I did not write that down for Exodus. I did not write it down. All right. Exodus, we're going to talk about sys right now. You're going to take track's place real quick, because I genuinely did not write that one down. Syscoin. Accumulation range. You're going to break out and do phenomenal just like the rest of these things, man. Look at that weekly. RSI looks very bullish. You're not ready to break out just, I mean, you might be ready, but it's not happening right now. So it could happen over the coming weeks, coming months. Nice bullish looking daily RSI. Until you break out, you're just going to do this. You're going to consolidate around this area. You might move up to about 20 cents. You're at 14.45 cents right now. And while that would be exciting, there are much more exciting things in store for you afterwards. Much more exciting things. You might consolidate around that area. I bet you do move up to around 20, 21 cents here pretty soon. It could be this week, or I guess next week technically, or the week after, but that's a nice looking weekly RSI. It's a nice looking daily RSI. This one doesn't look bad at all. And where will it go inevitably? If it achieves new all-time highs, which I don't know if it's worthy of that. I'm not going to do the whole market cap analysis right now, but if it is an achievable market cap, if it makes sense, it's not something crazy like $100 billion or more, being that this coin's existed for, a pretty decent time, actually. Wow. Syscoin. I feel like I've heard of this, but I can't believe I don't know more about this, man. Hey, okay, a coin like this could be worth $100 billion or more, so scratch that. It's possible. It's been around for a long enough time, in my opinion, that it could, quote-unquote, deserve that, but $2.87, $2.88, $7.66. Here you are at 14.45 cents right now. Those are your targets. Yeah. That's Syscoin. All right, we're gonna move on from there to AMP. AMP for purple. Let's see here. Top to bottom, looking good. Yeah, you probably want to go up to 0.0077. Probably. I think so. Yeah. 0.0077. I'll see you there. If you go lower, probably not too much lower. I doubt you break 0.004. You might not go lower, though, man. You might just continue upwards right now. See you at 0.0077 or higher, likely a little bit higher than that, actually. That's where you're going to go in the more immediate term, inevitably working your way up to this 61869 area. Oh, it would make so much sense, though, man, to go right up here, come down as you did before, and then you've got this inverse head and shoulders pattern right here. Like, it would make so much sense. 382 to 236 support, and then up to your 618. It would make so much sense, man. So I think you've got a roadmap a little bit here. The one thing I would say is the volume does not cooperate with an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So it doesn't have to. I've seen enough of the volume tendencies not match like an ideal inverse head and shoulders or a head and shoulders pattern, and it still works out. But nonetheless, 382 is probably where you're going immediately. You probably find turbulence there. Does that mean you go all the way back to your 236? No. It's just a normal thing to do. But no, doesn't mean that you have to. Inevitably, I do think you're going higher. But from here immediately to that 0.00777 area. And that's AMP. Talking about AIOZ. AIOZ network. Yep. You're looking phenomenal. Man, all of them are looking phenomenal, man. It is altcoin season right now. And man, there are people. I was like this in the last crypto bull market. This is how I know that it's going on now, because I've been here, okay? And for anybody watching this at this point, I don't know how many people have stuck around. I don't know how popular this video is going to be, but this is a good point to kind of pay attention to within yourself if you're in crypto, okay? especially if you've been in for multiple cycles like I have, okay? If you've been in for multiple cycles, you're going to think this. All the coins that you paid attention to whenever you first came in, you're going to base the market off of that. If they're not pumping, it's not alt season. It's not alt season yet. If you're back from like the 2017, 2018 crypto market with the insane ICO craze, you're probably waiting in the next cycle for coins like Neo to start pumping up, EOS to start pumping up, right? I don't know, other coins, Ontology, whatever, any like altcoins of that time to start moving up to call it an alt season, right? This cycle, all the coins, the popular ones from last cycle, like maybe like DOT, Chainlink, which Chainlink's actually been doing good, Solana, right? Ethereum, of course. Like people are going to pay attention to the coins from last cycle to determine whether or not it's an alt season, and then they're going to call it a not an alt season. It's not alt season right now because none of those coins are pumping super hard. But guys, coins like this, these coins that are brand new, that have been around since the midst of the bear market, if not the beginning of the bear market, that are doing insane things like this, they've been doing it since October. It's alt season. It's been alt season for a while. And right now, a lot of these coins look like this, where they're either in their second phase of a move up, or they just broke their accumulation phase or are looking to break it. We are absolutely in an altcoin season right now, I think. I mean, just looking across the board, man, look at how many coins we've gone over. How many charts look like this, man? If it's not like this, they just broke out of their accumulation range. Like, they might not be the top coins, they might not be billion-dollar market caps, but is that what an alt season is? Or is it whenever a bunch of altcoins just pump like crazy because it's just altcoin craze, hype, whatever? I mean, I very much believe it's alt season right now. Anybody saying that it's not, they're probably just not paying attention. And the reason I'm saying this, the reason why I said that's so important is because I did that same thing last cycle where I was like, it's not alt season. What are these people talking about? I didn't pay attention to all the new DeFi projects, all the NFT craze. Like, man, it was alt season, NFT season, and it's like, if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it, and it's not going to seem like it's going on. But just because the coins you're watching aren't going up, just because the coins you're invested in aren't going up, does not mean that the rest of the market isn't having a hell of a time. And inevitably, everybody's coins will go up, likely. If your coins aren't going up right now, just be patient. Things take their time. Things take their turns. But I very much do think it's altcoin season. And I very much think this thing wants higher prices than it has right now. Yeah, 42 cents, 51 cents, potentially higher than that, man. I mean, we're talking about breaking all-time highs at the rate that you're going, at least on this chart. If this is the all-time history chart or not, I don't know. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I think it is, but maybe it's not. But let's see. You could be looking at prices all the way up at $1. You might be moving to $1, and you're worth 30 cents right now. Phase 2 of this move: bull pole, bull flag, bull pole. It's your ABC move right there. Not a correction. It's just like classic. It's like it's a 1, 2, 3. It's a very classic thing. Yes, this line is curved, but the distance from the bottom to the top is more or less equivalent to the move up here. Okay, so from the breakout point, that would take you all the way up to your 1414 measure move roughly. Not even from the breakout point, from the base of this. That would take you to about $1.69. You could very well be moving up there. Would it make sense to find psychological resistance at $1? Sure. Could you blow past that and continue higher? Sure. But volume's looking good. Yeah, I like it. Going higher. You're going higher. Can you pull back in the midst of going? This is a weekly chart. Can you pull back day to day? See like 10% drops like we have today, 15%, 20% drops? Sure. They're going to recover. You're going higher. I very much believe that. AIOZ looking really, really strong right now, looking really good. QNT, Quant. This is one for me that it has a longer history than this chart is going off of, actually, right? Like, it's got it's been around since like 2018 or something like that. I'm trying to find a chart that's adequate, but whatever. Oh. This is one for me that I've always kind of been like, what's the big deal? It seems like there's more hype around this coin, and hype's good, but it seems overhyped to me. It doesn't seem like it's doing, come on now, QNT, Quant. $1.5 billion, right? I mean, who knows how high this thing's going to go. This isn't all the historical data. It's been around longer than this. I'm fairly positive. But yeah, you could see prices at $814. You could see prices at $1,800. You could see prices higher. The market cap does allow for that. You could very well see prices at 3,000. I mean, let's see. With how long this thing's been around, sure, you could see prices just below 10K. It is possible, but will you get there? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like quant has kind of been a disappointment its whole life, but there's a lot of people who really, really like it, so maybe I'm just a hater. Let's load. Come on now. You know you want to. I know you want to. We're going to reload it. Log max price. Yeah, 2018. I mean, it's a good looking chart. Sideways for a long time, but it's a good looking chart, to be fair. I say it's been a disappointment. Maybe I am a hater, man, because that's not a disappointing chart at all. Recently, sure, it's been accumulating, but it doesn't look bad. Yeah, who knows? Higher prices nonetheless. You're accumulating right now. When it breaks out, it's going to do well. I doubt you move too much lower than you are now. If you move lower, I very much think that you've got a lot of upside to go. That's quant. That's the best that I could give it. Kind of discovering that I was wrong a little bit on that. Wow, just gave myself a paper cut on my pinky. See if you guys can see it. Is that bad? It's not that bad. It's all good. First paper cut in a while, man. I haven't done that in a long time. Oh no. I got a little blood on my white shirt. That's okay. It's just a little bit. AIOZ quant. Let's see. H bar. That's the next one. 10.8 cents right now. I do think H bar wants to grow more. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Looking like you're breaking out of your accumulation range as well. Yeah, H bar's looking good, man. Yes, you are. You want to go up to 20 to 25 cents in a very short amount of time. That's your next pit stop, if not higher. Sure, a lot of things like they're 786 right now. You might be moving to about 32 cents. And then see some kind of consolidation. But until then, you're moving up, man. It would make sense to go to your 61869 area between 20 to 25 cents. That's my best guess at the moment. Looks really good. I think it wants to go there. Yeah, looks really good. That's H bar. Nice and easy. Let's talk about Zeta. Zeta chain. Looking good. Not a lot of historical data at all. Not a lot. Sure, looks good. Looks good to me. Probably does move up higher. You could move down first, maybe move down to about $2, $2.02, and then you move up. You're at 222 right now, almost 223, so probably down to about $2, 1.7 cent. Yeah. And then up. Then we could talk about you going up. Could you pull back lower than that? Sure, but for now, down, consolidate more. That's what you're doing. You're looking like you want to get ready for another move up. Okay, but until we have that low, I'm not going to draw the top to bottom fib. I don't think that's the low there. I do think you have lower to go. So that's Zeta, but not by much. Not by much. Let's talk about sushi. Sushi swap here. At the request of Mr. Bryant James. Bryant, we are doing this one for you, man. Bryant, we are talking about sushi today. Top to bottom, 61869, 0.5, 886, looking good, very productive. Kind of looks just like Zeta did, right? This up move and then down, but you've got your breakout. It's like seeing into the future of what Zeta is going to do, right? Replace the 0.5 idea with the 382 for Zeta. That's probably what you're going to do. That's the low that we have right now for Zeta. You still got to make your new low, and then you'll be doing something like this. Very nice weekly looking RSI. Daily looks good as well. You are coming to the resistance points up here that you haven't seen really since January of last year. Really, you're at prices you haven't been at since October of 2022, November of 2022. So you probably do find some turbulence here. I do think you have higher to go. I think you want to move higher. But you might, for a week or two, a month or two, you might move sideways more or less, right? Probably bouncing off the 8.8. Oh, that's not what I wanted to draw. Bouncing off of the 8.86 to the 6.18 area, something like that, and then you move up. You could, it could be higher than that. It could be the 100 to the 7.86 area, something like that. But you're going to be consolidating more or less. Every dip is for buying. Every high is not for FOMOing into until you break out, and then it's probably on to $3.11, $5.20. Now you could just go straight there right now. It is possible playing off of this move. But I very much would think that you get stopped out somewhere around the 100 to the 8.86 area. And you already hit that 8.86 now. I mean, you already basically did that. So if you go higher, it's going to be by a little bit, and you're probably going to move sideways for the coming weeks, maybe even months, and then up higher. I do think Sushi Swap wants to go higher for sure, and probably sooner than later. 2 months is not a long time, you guys. It's just be patient. Be patient, man. Let's see, Trump. This is the one with the higher market cap, so we're going to talk about this one. Trump for Mr. Bryant James as well. Looking good. This is one that, it's been put on my radar for a few weeks now. A little bit longer than that, since before this move up, actually. And I never bought into it just because it's it's another meme coin. I've already got a couple meme coins that I have enough money in. And I thought it might pull back more, but it didn't. It actually looks like really nice structure. Really strong ratings on its RSI. Very new chart, really hard to do technical analysis on something like this, at least accurately. Top to bottom, you're all the way at your 2272, finding support at that 1786. That's looking nice. Very constructive looking price action, man. You probably move up to $11 at this rate. Like genuinely, $10 to $11, $11.40. It looks really good, actually. You can move down from here first and then move up. When I say move down, I doubt that you move below this low. But whenever I say that you're going to move up to this red line, this $11.40 line, it could be a straight line up, but I doubt it is, right? That could more look like something like this first, and then up, and then back down to here, and then up. Like it could take more time than that, right? Kind of complying with this overall trajectory that you have. Who knows? But nonetheless, this thing has more to grow. More to grow. I have a friend who personally, I think, if you're watching this one, you know who you are. If you bought this one, I think you probably did, because you said you bought a couple MAGA ones, and I think MAGA and Trump are like the main MAGA meme coins. But I don't know. I really don't know about this meme coin verse with the Trump stuff. Definitely wish I bought it earlier. It looks like there's more interest as things are going up, which is nice to see. Absolutely, I think it wants to go higher, but good job on buying this is all I'm trying to say. Whoever bought this, but special shout out to my homie who bought this. It's looking like it wants to go to $11, man. Maybe more than that, honestly. Looks pretty damn good. Let's talk about Tucker. Tucker. Not a lot of volume on this one, man. That's the thing that has me. It's like Tucker Carlson is cool and all. I don't actually think that he's cool, but I mean, I get the point behind the memes. I think that he's. I think some people think he's a bad guy, and some people think he's like a really good guy. I think he's got a good heart, and I do actually think he's a good guy. I think I'm not going to get too political here. Trying to think of my words carefully here. I think he means well. Right? And that's basically it. How many U.S. reporters are going to go interview Vladimir Putin? None of them. They'll lose their jobs. He doesn't have anything to lose. He lost his job, so he's just over there doing whatever he wants. People are giving him hate for it, and it's like, or like calling him a traitor, and it's like, when did talking like on both sides of the table make you a traitor? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't necessarily agree with the ways that he goes about certain things. He said some things that sound pompous or a little bit arrogant, you know. But sometimes that's how loud personalities are, man. I really do think that he's I think he's misunderstood, and I also think that he's overhyped all at the same time from both sides of the spectrum. But enough about Tucker. Just like that kind of, I would say this coin is probably overhyped. Finding support on the 618, double bottom, to be fair. Significant areas for support, in my opinion. It doesn't look too bad, but there's not a lot of liquidity, man. I wouldn't get into this. I wouldn't get into it. You want to put $10 into it, sure, you can probably have an easy time doing that. But if you want to put $100, $1,000, like, it's not going to give. You're not going to buy it at this price. You're going to have to buy it at higher prices, right? It's just I don't like things like this that are low liquidity. But with low liquidity, you get quick moves like that up and down. So will it go up higher? Probably yes, it probably does. But it might be hard to buy at these prices. I don't know. You try to put any like real money in something like this, you're going to be sending the prices up. And the people who wanted to get out up here but they didn't have the liquidity to do it, they're going to see your liquidity and they're going to be like, oh, I'll sell now. Anyways, that's Tucker. I think it wants to go higher, in case that was unclear. And I do like Tucker Carlson, guys. I do. If any of that was unclear too, I do like. I like watching his new stuff, especially since he's been an independent reporter or journalist or whatever it is that you would call him. Low to high here. 236 support, 382. Yeah, you probably pull back to your. A lot of these men aren't pulling back to their 382s. 1.8 cent. 2.2 cent, somewhere around there. Maybe. Hard to say, man. You might consolidate. You might consolidate just like you did this time. Not might, probably. You probably consolidate. You didn't hit your 382 last time, which means maybe you don't hit it this time. 3 cents, 2 cents, I don't know. Lower, nonetheless. I think you're going lower, a little bit lower, and then we could talk about some upside. It's a nice bit of volume, at least on the readings here, but how much? I mean, I guess that's 778,000. It's not like a whole lot, but that's nice. There is some liquidity up here, but I don't know. Maybe it gains, maybe it's really good, maybe it's not, I don't know. It's a very new chart. Probably does go higher inevitably, but for the immediate term, down and sideways, kind of like this, right? I doubt you continue this in the coming days, but in the coming weeks, probably. That is D-Card. Who knows how high it can fly? It's a very new coin, who knows? Render. There we go. That is a nice bounce on your weekly RSI. Right on the bullish area of control. Holding support on the 1272 after hitting the 1618, and you're climbing higher. Yeah, you look good. You look really good. 30% up this week. Ooh, very hot on that daily RSI. That is very hot, man. I'm burning up looking at it. That is a hot one right there, man. Let's do a quick little dive real quick here. I'm going to put a line right here. Nice white line. Very friendly white line, right? It's not too big. From this high, you consolidated and inevitably moved up, but you consolidated from like the end of October, then you moved up in the middle of November. So for about a half month, a couple weeks or so, right? This time here, let's go off the first time you hit it, right? Not the second or third time, but the very first time you hit it. You went up rather immediately. You had higher to go, right? So both times, whether you consolidated for like 2 or 3 days or like a half month, you had higher to go, inevitably. Here, hit it, consolidated, moved up higher, and then moved down. Sure. Okay, cool. Accumulation range, different than what we're doing right now, right? In my opinion. Came from oversold zones. Here you tipped it, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like it's different. I feel like it's different. More volume, it's different. Okay, so by that, I would assume you do go higher, but it wouldn't be crazy for you to consolidate for a few days, a couple weeks, and then move higher. But inevitably, yes, I do think you go higher. So this price here, this price range that you're in, it's probably a good time to DCA. If you're looking to get in on this and climb higher, you'll probably get that chance. If it goes lower, it could drop a little bit from here. It is possible. You could see prices all the way back down at like 523, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the lowest you go really is like 580, but you could go back to like 523. It is possible. And then up from there. But I think that you want to give more to this. You're just going to consolidate until you break out and go higher, which who knows how high that's going to take you, because we're in price discovery right now, I think. Oh, not really, but yes, almost. And it makes sense to consolidate here near your all-time highs, at your all-time highs. It makes sense to consolidate. So that's probably exactly what we're doing. I mean, if we take, is this the all-time highs though? Let me see here. I think it is. We're going to go off of that. So top, come on now. Oh my goodness. Top to bottom. 1272 is at about $20. Here you are at 7.6. So that's what you have to look forward to once you break out. Being that you'll be in price discovery, you'll probably move up there pretty fast when it happens. But for now, it's normal to consolidate right before the breakout. So that wouldn't be crazy at all either. That's render. Let's move on to GTC. I like GTC, man. This is one that I personally do have a history with, and I do hold myself as well. It's not my biggest bag, but I was talking about it back at like $1.10. That's where I averaged in, was $1.10. Bought some more at $1.15. That was the last time that I bought. Here we are at $1.52. Nice. Accumulating. Still getting lower highs, technically relative higher highs, sure, but yes, still lower highs. We haven't done anything too impressive yet. I do think that we're going to see some impressive price action take place pretty soon. Last week we were up 27%, not bad. Very bullish on the weekly RSI. Daily RSI also looks great. I like that a lot. Yeah, really, you're overbought, no problem. You can't even get oversold. That's awesome. Yeah. Finding support at a kind of key area. Not really. I'd say really you're just accumulating until you break like 250, 350, 340. Until you break those prices, 340, 250, somewhere in that area, it's just going to be boring like this, right? And you could move all the way up. You're at $1.50 right now. You could move all the way up to like 350, 340 right now, and then consolidate more, and then you'll move up higher. But I do think this thing wants to see new all-time highs. I think it wants to go higher than this, even all the way up to $28. So I think this thing has a lot of potential in it, but it might not be go time just yet. But you're probably going to see a nice week, a bigger week to the upside than you've seen in a very long time soon. You're probably going to. So all aboard, man. Last call. Could you go lower than this from here? Sure, but not by much. Not by much. I doubt that you go below $1.10 again. Maybe you go to like $1.20, $1.30, but I don't know, man. Looks really good. That's GTC. Inevitably going up. Moros USD. Okay, you said Moros. Okay, that's why. For Mr. Royster. Okay, I have talked about this one, huh? It's been a while. Whew. That is a solid dump, man. Tipped your 1272. Beautiful. Yeah, you probably go up from here. I mean, not from here. You could go lower, but inevitably I think you do have higher that you want to go. Let's throw a relative strength index on this. Okay. Yeah, it looks really good, man. Yeah, I like it. If you go lower, it's not going to be by much. I bet you hold support at 0.0034. I bet you do. And then you continue to build. Your next price is 1.37 cents, if not 2.67 cents. Looks really good, man. Good job. Yeah, looks pretty damn good. Once higher. It definitely wants, not definitely, probably once higher. That's all I got to say. Mubi. I think this one's also deck screener material. Top to bottom, 382 hit below your 236. You want to go lower? Lower. It wants lower. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. Yeah. At least, I would say 7.5 to 7 cents, somewhere around there. You might be moving all the way down to about 5 cents, 5.5 cents, somewhere around there as well. And the possibility of dropping all the way down to 3.15 cents is very much on the table, if not even 2.7 cents. For now, though, let's talk about a potential higher low, a double bottom, or one of the regular expected extension zones, which would be if you go below, I mean, like, really, man, if you hit that 1272, you're probably going to go way lower. You're like, this would probably, because there's nothing stopping you on a price action perspective. Let's get a better fib, maybe. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. I mean, maybe you bounce in the middle of nowhere, but that just doesn't make sense to me. There's a lot lining up at prices below 3 cents. Or I should say around 3 cents, maybe not below it, but around it. Lower. I think you want to go lower. That's my best guess. I don't like it. This is one of my least favorite charts so far. Despair. Doom. Not good. Best hope, double bottom. That's what I give it. So that is Mubi. CGPT. Chain GBT. Is that right? This one's looking good. Yeah. Looking pretty good. All right, we'll use KuCoin. Very hot on the RSI price discovery right now. You probably do continue to move. You could pull back. You're at 3.58. Sorry, you're at 35.8 cents right now. You could go back down to about 32 cents. That is possible, and then continue to move up. I do think you want to move up more. Yeah, 53 cents, $1.12, somewhere around there. See you there. It's not going to stop until it hits this expected range. If it does, that would be really sad and not good. But volume's building, looking nice. No, it's not as big as this volume over here, but it is building. Some of the most volume you've seen in a good bit. So, yeah, I like it. And you're probably going to get some bigger moves here soon that will just like jump you right up to here and up to here. Is it going to happen tomorrow? Maybe. Is it going to happen next week? Maybe, but soon, very soon. Could happen in 2 weeks, who knows. But CGBT, that's it. GPT. What's the next one? XCN. We're almost done, man. Oh, we're so close. Come on. There we go. Low to high. Interesting. Looks like a cup and handle. I don't mind the RSI. I don't mind the price action. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, I don't mind it. I think you want to go higher. Yeah. You probably do. You probably want to break above this high even, man. So let's see, top to bottom, 0.0042, 0.0059, somewhere around there. That's where you want to go. Up, 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 up. Consolidate more, and then when you break above 0.002, essentially, that's how you know it's go time. Very likely go time. If it goes lower, I doubt it. It's by much. I don't think you're going to go lower than this. I don't even think you're going to go lower than the 236. You've found support on it like twice, 3 times, however you want to look at it. But that's XCN. Looks like it wants to go up higher rather immediately, but after it breaks out of its current like small consolidation zone. Velo. Oh no. Helen C. Which one, man? Do I do the one on Coinbase, or do I do the one that says Velodrome? I don't know. This bottle just doesn't end, man. It's like this video. I like this as a bottom. Very bearish chart overall, but it came out in the kind of the midst of the bear cycle, ass end of the bull cycle. I don't mind this bottom at all. It's a weird looking like Adam and Eve shape. It's not an Adam and Eve, but it's got that structure, the V and the U. I guess it's an Adam and Eve. Generally with Adam and Eves though, you don't get this where it's a higher low. If anything, it's a slightly lower low or an exactly perfect double bottom. But you can have this, you know, I shouldn't say it's not an Adam and Eve because it very much looks like it. You've got the V, you've got the U, like that's an Adam and Eve right there. When this breaks, likely you're going to move up to this 2.7 cent to 5.7 cent area, probably higher than that. The technical way to measure this would be from the bottom to the top of the pattern itself. Put the measure move at the breakout point, which would be here. That would take you all the way up to 2272, a very common extension to hit in crypto. 23 cents. You're at 0.005 right now. Looks good, man. Looks good. You're consolidating. You're getting ready for this move that's going to take you all the way up here. Is it going to happen, you know, all the way up there? That's all the way out in July. We're in February 25th right now, so who knows how long it's going to take to get up there. It could take longer than that. It could take less time than that. Who knows? But I would think that when you make this move that breaks you out, I mean, it could happen from these prices. It could happen from higher prices. It's any day, any week now. Soon you're going to be moving up. And if not soon, man, I mean, maybe it is months from now. Maybe you do move like this or something like this, consolidate around this area, and then break out. But with how bullish everything else is looking, man, I would kind of assume this thing could be moving up pretty soon. Yeah, more immediately, look for this area for like turbulence, but inevitably I think you're going up here around 23, 24 cents, somewhere around there. If you're just patient, man, and inevitably probably higher than that as well, but we'll see. But that's Velo. I hope that's the right one. SHX Stronghold. See, Helen, whenever you requested this, man, I haven't been giving shout outs the whole way through, have I? User A, that was for you. Whenever you requested this SHX, I thought it was a scam coin. And it's not. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't seem like a scam coin to me. But there was one coin. It had a very similar ticker. I forget what it is, but it kept getting spam promoted on my comment section. I had to block people. You guys, ever since I did this one thing, I haven't gotten spam. I get spam for like people to join like someone's Telegram. Miss Kimmy, Mr. Lee, Mr. John has saved me so much. You know, like all these like mentors, and they never say Telegram. They say they like space it out in capital letters. They'll be like Tay, Lay, Gur, Am. You know, like so that the algorithm doesn't pick up on it. Other than those comments, I haven't been getting any spam comments on cryptos that are scams, because the last time I got something like that, I made a video on that crypto, and I said, this is trash, do not invest in it. So maybe these guys, these bot promoters, they're like, maybe we shouldn't do that because this guy will just make videos saying that our token is a scam. I don't know if that's the case or not, but man, if there were any scammers trying to promote a coin, that's what I'm doing from here on out. I'm just like, all right, let's make a video on your coin. Oh, I'm the only YouTuber on YouTube who's made a video about your coin, and I'm calling it a scam? Good marketing there, buddy. Good marketing there. Come at me with your scams, man. If I have any power to diminish your capabilities of suckering people into your projects, I will do it. I have nothing better to do. SHX. SHX, man. Bittrex closed down, no longer in existence. Bitmart. We're going to use Gate.io. Hard to say. Probably moves up more. You have bearish divergence presenting itself. It technically would be confirmed at this rate. You could move all the way back down to half a cent before moving higher. It wouldn't be a weird look at all. You could move all the way back down to 0.0035 cents. I don't like that this week is looking like it wants to close red. You're down 12% this week already. 17 hours left in the day in the week to go. Does look bullish on the daily. You could move all the way back down to half a cent and look fine still. 0.53 cents even, just above a half cent. This kind of looks like a little consolidation phase in itself, though. So I would expect. I mean, you could be in the middle of moving up higher. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say it wants to move up higher. How much higher does it go? I don't know. There's not enough historical data to go off of in this thing, but you're at 1 cent now. With the movements that you're making, I mean, 2 cents, 3 cents, 6 cents, who knows? Nothing. There's no really like any fibs to draw off on this thing. It's very new. I'm not using the scam wick. 2272 hit, 1618 hit. I like it. Looks clean enough. Yeah, 2618 might be the next target. 2.4 cents, 3.8 cents at the 2886. Yeah. Looks good. Again, if you pulled back to this 1618 around 0.5 cents or 0.5, was it 0.56, 0.54, something like that, that wouldn't be crazy at all. And with the 1618 being down there, maybe move a little bit below that even, but that's all I got, man. That's the whole video. That's the whole spiel. We did it. I don't know how long that took, but it had to have been more than an hour. Oh, man. It feels good to be back. Oh, I've got my in-laws coming over tomorrow. So the extra stuff I have to do is clean. I got to clean, man. Yep. We got to clean, I should say. But it's going to take two. So making the videos now, going to clean afterwards. And yeah, this will make it a little bit more fun. Maybe less fun, but that ended just at the right time, man. Seriously, this is really good. I'm not paid to sponsor them or anything like that. I don't know this company, but man, it's Lolea, Lolia. It's pretty good. Sangria, best sangria I've ever had, genuinely. Not a cheap bottle, but it's not like too expensive. It's like 15 bucks for this whole bottle, you know. It's not bad. Yeah. Anyways, I don't normally drink sangria, but whenever I have no water, I will polish a bottle, apparently. And now I'm thirsty again. So with that, I end the video. If there was a winner, I don't know, man. Render looks pretty damn good right now. There's a few other ones. I just can't remember them. Jasmine looks pretty damn good right now as well. I don't know. I really don't know. Trump also looks good, but I think those other two look like they want to gain more. I don't know, man. Hard to say. We're going to go with Blue Zell. Blue Zell's the winner. So shout out to J-Boy Smith. Happy birthday, J-Boy Smith. And I will see you guys on the next one. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for sticking around. And bye-bye. That's all I got.